I need a giant stick of butter and some salt.
Okay, we're here to talk about the field of corn, also known as cornhenge.
Well, locally, people call it that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what the artist intended.
What was your first impression of it?
My first impression was I was disappointed. I just felt like, so what? I don't know, just it's giant corn. It's fun to make a joke about it, poke at it. And maybe that's the point. I don't know, honestly. I know there was an intention by the artist to commemorate a scientific discovery on corn hybridization, which helped the area grow financially.
Yeah.
But maybe it was also tongue-in-cheek. I don't know what his intentions were about what he intended it to be.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
That's true.
I'm
we
just guessing.
don't know his intent. And I think that's kind of part of it.
Sometimes the artists don't care what anyone thinks of it. They just want to do what they do. They want the audience to react accordingly. But sometimes people can get a little upset about their art not being accepted the way they intended it or the way that they put it out there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe artists need to get over that.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion,
Yeah.
which is why we sit here and talk about things.
So how did you feel about the corn itself, walking into it, especially from your perspective of being a Midwesterner?
But I'm going to say I was embarrassed.
Okay.
I guess I felt like everywhere you go in this area, there is a cornfield.
That's true.
Not too far from anywhere than you are in the city. Frankly, it embarrassed me to celebrate it. So.
Did you grow up on a farm?
My grandparents.
Oh, everybody's grandparents,
I know.
Everyone's grandparents
in the Midwest
had a farm. All right, so back to field of corn.
Yeah.
This was installed on I would say maybe 2 acres, not more than that.
Right.
It is
1995.
1995. We just recently looked up the value of it. It is worth $610,000. But we didn't know if it actually included the property it's on.
That's like they're installed in the ground, so
Right.
You'd think that it would be the
get the
whole
right.
thing.
You can't. You're not just buying the corn.
No.
If you purchased it.
I'm guessing that's what that means. I don't know.
But I have to tell you, if I were inclined to spend over $500,000 on a corn sculpture, I would move it. I think part of the problem of this installment is its location, which it should be in a wide open green field of grass. So you can sit and become one with the corn.
Contemplate the corn?
Yeah, it's worth it. I think the biggest drawback is its location.
Yeah, that road is busy. Thinking about the sculpture in Chicago, there's a real name for it, but all I know is it's called the Bean. Yeah. That's in the middle of everything, and it's loud and busy and bustling. But somehow
it works.
It works for that one.
It does. And I think almost because it reflects what's
I was
around
just
it.
about to say, because it's reflecting what you see, and somehow hearing it, all the bustle of a city around it doesn't detract.
Yeah, I think it adds to it. Whereas,
but this one seems like it needs to be more quiet. And maybe when this was first installed, it was quieter. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, the Midwest owes a lot to corn.
It's true.
I mean,
we run our cars on it.
Yeah, it's a society built on corn. One of the things I love about these sculptures is that they're interactive. I have been misfortunate enough to not understand that artwork in museum can be even in the hallways. And I accidentally allowed, I think, myself and possibly my children to touch a piece of artwork that didn't seem like a piece of artwork because it was just kind of a big brown canvas. It was huge. And I got yelled at. So it was very refreshing to be at the corn.
The docent or the
docent, yeah. The docent said, and I thought, I didn't know that was art. I'm sorry. The great thing about the corn is not only can you enter into it, you can touch it, you can climb on it, hide behind it.
Yes.
You can kind of do anything you want. It's just it's a sturdy, healthy installment. It's not going anywhere, and you're not going to hurt it. unless you come up with some spray paint.
I have to say I was really pleased because having not visited it for more than a decade, I was glad that it hadn't been defaced or chipped away, or I was just thinking, oh, maybe somebody would have carved out. No, don't want to give you ideas. Like removed a kernel or two, you know. I was just really glad that it hadn't been
defaced,
messed with.
Truly.
Even if it doesn't matter how I feel about it, I still respect an artist's right to produce something and tell a story. There's a sculpture that someone did in a field, and the earth is going up, and it's all grass is covering it, but it looks like a giant clothespin clipping the earth, like pinching it.
Yeah. Holding it together.
Barely.
So let's project 50 years into the future. How will this corn sculpture be seen? Will it still be there? Will people love it? Will there be a bypass?
Good question.
I don't know.
I predict that it will still be there. Well, wouldn't it be funny if some of them fell over and you left them, just like Stonehenge?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm wondering. How long will these stand?
True.
You just don't know. But yeah, it would be kind of nice to see some maybe laying on their side. Maybe someone could bring up a large plate and put it.
A big salt shaker.
Lean it. Yeah, a salt shaker. Maybe some of those corn prongs that you stick in the side.
I think you've gone too far.
I think that would add a lot. You could do a whole farm.
You could.
Knock out all those buildings, get rid of the street. Yeah.
That I could get behind.
Yeah.
I think we need some giant chickens and
giant cows with the corn. Make it a whole, like a theme park.
Oh boy.
All right. Okay, so we think it's going to stand the test of time.
I would agree with that.
Is it art?
Oh boy.
Take a deep breath.
Originally, this wasn't my answer, but now I'm going to say that it is.
Okay. Malcolm, I don't know if you're still alive. I love your giant corn. I do. I love it. I would have a piece in my backyard. Is it art? No. I think it's a fun commemoration.
I think the only reason that that I would even put it in the category of art is simply because it's huge. Each piece is huge, and when you're there, it feels like it's deliberately put there to communicate the importance of what the artist was trying to get across.
That was how it was. That's how they all made their living.
And every weekend you go, that's what you do. You go to Grandma's house and they churn the ice cream.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
We actually would make homemade ice cream and eat watermelon and spit the seeds off the porch.
And what was the corn situation?
Oh, it was always fresh and delicious. Grandpa
was
grew
it off the back porch?
It was on the property, and it was very fresh and good.
Corn. Where I grew up, corn was just corn.
Right.
It was corn. We had one kind. It was yellow. There was no speckled corn. There were no colored corns. And Mom cooked it, and we'd eat it. But
there's so many different kinds of corn.
There is. And if you ever get the blessed chance to visit the Midwest, make sure you sit down with some locals and eat some corn.
Yeah, restaurants don't count. Because who knows how fresh their corn is.
No.
Make a friend with somebody and get invited over for dinner when you can grill it on the grill, but I'm a kind of like put the pot on the stove and boil the water.
It's the classic way.
Yeah.
Well, and then ask the Midwesterners to rate the corn, and they will, because there's not just corn here. There's early corn. There's corn that has been picked off the back porch and thrown into the pot.
Yeah.
There's corn that maybe is 3 or 4 days old, and the Midwesterners know.
Yeah, we like to say, this has been picked 4 days ago.
Yeah, they can tell.
Or this was picked this morning, or whatever.
Yeah. It's like snow with the Inuits.
Yeah, lots of different.
The Midwesterners know their corn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grocery store corn.
No canned corn.
No
cream
supermarket.
corn. No
Although
frozen corn.
I have to say, frozen corn is fine with me.
Is it really?
Yes.
I think it sticks to my teeth.
That
was an old lady thing to say.
I have some recipes with black beans and corn that is pretty tasty. You could use fresh, but anyway.
I feel like I could get a little corn self-righteous with that because I don't think I would use that frozen corn. I would use.
You would use. Oh, so you're superior to me.
I've been converted. I understand the corn culture now.
I think it means that I can have my salad any time of the year, and you can only have it in the summer. Then
that's true. Makes it more special that way.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll remember that as I'm making you some homemade ice cream in the porch in the summer.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah.